We're heating up now, baby.
That's downtown San Francisco on this first Sunday of October. At 44 miles down the freeway, we're at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara as the San Francisco 49ers take the field. All set to tee it up against Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles on Sunday Night Football. No, we are not auditioning for the Masked Singer. Santa Clara County officials have compelled us to wear masks during the game, and so that is the story. I'm Al Michaels. You are?
I don't know who I am.
I think you're Chris Collinsworth, but I want you to enunciate all
I
night
will,
long.
Al. I will.
You've got it. First of all, the Philadelphia Eagles. Good news and bad news. The bad news is they're winless. 2 losses and a tie. The good news is if they win tonight, they're in first place in the NFC East. For the San Francisco 49ers, the good news is they are 2-1, won 2 games against the Giants and Jets the last 2 weeks. The bad news is a long injury list, and the trainers and doctors are working overtime. I know it's too early after 3 weeks to give away a Coach of the Year award, but Kyle Shanahan is right near the top right now.
Yeah, and he's doing it with a backup quarterback, and Nick Mullins is playing just great. And the fun thing that's been to watch with this whole team is how much his teammates love Nick Mullins, right? And tonight he's going to get back George Kittle, who is going to help him not only in the passing game, but in the running game as well. So this is really going to be one of those pressures on Philadelphia to try and stop this run game.
When you're 0-2-1, every fan base is restless, especially so in Philadelphia. So how do the Eagles fly home with the win?
I think their defensive line has taken them to a championship, and I think they're going to have to carry the show here so far in this one tonight. San Francisco 49ers, simply put, going to try and run the football, go play action pass off of that run game, and it's going to be up to the defensive line of the Philadelphia Eagles to smash them, take the fight to them. They think they can. We shall see.
A lot of hot and smoky days in the Bay Area recently, but tonight it's perfect. Temperature in the high 70s, clear skies. Eagles-Niners next on NBC.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Jersey Mike Subs. Be a sub above. And by Hyundai. NBC Sports, celebrating 15 seasons of Sunday Night Football, welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
In this valley, fortunes rise and fortunes fall. One day you're the hottest startup around, and the next, just another depreciating asset. But in this town, you don't just pack it up, you pivot and find new ways to scale productivity. You trust in the legacy of your seed capital and ride your RPO to a big ROI. But there's always competition, and firms in crisis can be dangerous. And their investors are spooked and closing in on a vote of no confidence.
This is maximum disgrace.
Well, tonight, quarterly reports are due. Let's see what these teams are truly worth, because they're going public in prime time.
2 coaches, Doug Peterson has won a Super Bowl. Kyle Shanahan has been to one, lost last year to Kansas City. Plenty of great stories tonight, so let's get started with Michelle Tafoya. Michelle.
Oh man, that might be the sloppiest productioning I've done yet this tournament. Oh man, didn't even close all my programs before I started. Anyway, we're here. It's the Niners Day. It's match day 16 of the 2022 MF Alumni FFL Draft Pick Choice Tournament. Yeah, it's Niners Day. This is the main bracket. Sprite versus Colin for the championship. Congrats to both of them for being up there. The 1 and 2 picks seem to be a little contentious around the fantasy Twitter spaces, so choose wisely between the two of you, unless you, of course, go to the end for some reason if you got keepers or whatever you want to do, or if you just don't want Jacob to get the turn. That's also an option. But anyway, Fivals bracket, we're not doing that today. Niners bracket, that's why we're here today. Rob versus Wego. The Eagles and the 49ers. 11 seed against the 5 seed. So, yeah, how do we get here? Wego's team narrowly squeaked one out over Conair in the Niners semifinals. And, oh god, that stupid play. What was the name that we got for it? Rob's Hail Mary to Tyreek Hill at the end. So far, the working title for that is the Tyreek's Tightrope Triumph, which I'm open to workshopping more. But, yeah, an out-of-control, last-second Hail Mary, 1 second on the clock, catches it at the 25, breaks 2 tackles, and runs it into the end zone. Never seen anything like it. But that's what got Rob here to the Niners finals and what sent Crayon down into the bronze match, which he did win 11-0s for. So, not all losses for Crayon, only Connor. Anyway, let's look at these teams because that's our match today. Over on Rob's side, or I guess overalls, Rob has a 1 overall advantage here. Doesn't mean much, pretty negligible there. Quarterback-wise, Lamar Jackson will be doing the quarterbacking. Davis Mills holding the ball for the kicker, even though in real life punters are the holders. But, Madden still does the backup quarterback. Because you'd rather have a quarterback if you're doing a fake or something like that, Running back, Dalvin Cook for the most part. Leonard Fournette might come in to vulture some goal line touches. Otherwise, we probably won't see Javonte Williams and down. Fullback, one of the two teams employing a fullback, Patrick Ricard of Baltimore Ravens fame, at least as of last year. I'm not sure if he's still with them. Wide receivers, we're going to see a whole bunch of Cooper Kupp, Tyreek Hill, and I think T. Higgins shows up more than Tyler Boyd, but Boyd is listed third. At tight end, we're going to get Gerald Everett and Foster Moreau as the main 2 tight ends. Of course, the Eagles defense, and Greg the Leg Zuerlein. I don't even know. Was he on the Cowboys last year? I'm not even sure. He'll be the kicker for Rob's squad. Over on the home team, Wego and his dearly recently departed San Francisco. We've got Matt Ryan playing quarterback, Baker Mayfield holding the ball for the kicker. Running back, we're going to see a fairly even split between Josh Jacobs and Antonio Gibson. Wide receiver, the trio of Mike Evans, Calvin Ridley, and Marquise Brown should be evident. Tight ends, we got Rob Gronkowski and TJ Hawkinson, so a nice stack of beefy tight ends there. Defense that won out, that's the 49ers, hence the namesake of the team. And kicker, the best to do it at the moment in the game. I was going to say best to ever do it, but I think that's like Morton Anderson or something. Justin Tucker of Baltimore Ravens fame, of course. Without further ado, let's hop on into this thing. Let me take these little banners down. Boom, boom. Throw it on quick presentation, 12-minute quarters, and 15-second play clock remaining, because that's what we do here. And like a... I don't know what the word I'm going with here is, but like a fool, I just kind of put this game up against the preseason game. So 2 meaningless football games happening in parallel. You love to see it. Although I guess this one has further implications for our fantasy league. Last note on the opening here, the betting lines that we set. We had Philly, so Rob's team favored by 6.5. I don't remember what the game total line I ended up putting was. 50. Oh, what? 8.5. I meant to put 6.5. Thank God no one took that. That's funny. And the game total line that I ended up posting was 53.5. So a little bit of last second pivoting and misreading on my part. But it is what it is.
First and 10 at the 38. And right away, he lost the football.
Big fumble, big trip. Marquise Brown nearly gets up and takes the ball somewhere.
Quarterback and knocked the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
Second and 19 play, dumping it over the middle to Mike Evans. He gets a few yards after the catch. 3rd and 8 is much more manageable than 2nd and 19 was previously. Solid play by Wego's 49ers there.
Giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Ryan. Over the middle, he gets it.
Antonio Gibson on the reception, and he gets enough yardage after the catch. Crossing midfield and getting a new set of downs. Wego striking into Philadelphia territory early here in the first drive of the game.
But unfortunately, They didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield, and he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. And they'll wind up getting this to the 36.
Josh Jacobs with a nice little run there, running through some dudes. 9-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 1 upcoming.
Great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
The previous run good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
In real-life football, the Bears' 3rd-round pick, a kick and punt return specialist, just took the kick return and nearly fumbled it. It was a nice little return. Back to this, Josh Jacobs finishing the job, gets himself the 1st down off of a subsequent 2-yard run. So now the 49ers driving up to the Philadelphia 35.
They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. His throw incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Ryan. He's got long. His tight end.
Matt Ryan barely getting that one out. Who's that? Who's 84? Oh, Hunter Long, my boy. 1-yard catch on the play for a bailout to avoid the sack.
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who? What defense you're in?
I watch so much Madden in the football offseason that I forget like how normal human bodies fall. I'm used to seeing everyone fall and get tackled in the Madden style.
So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it'll be
Another 1-yard gain on that play, taken down behind the 1st down marker, whichever word that's supposed to be. 4th and 8, I suspect they will settle for a field goal. Justin Tucker lining up to boot it.
And lost yardage.
And Tucker's kick right there, it's good. And the 49ers
So the first drive, not all for naught. They do get points out of it, 3 points early. Wego taking the first lead of the game, 3-0.
I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Tyreek Hill on the return. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go. And sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Now some
Ooh, was that a false start? Nice.
And we'll hear from our referee for the first
2nd and 15 upcoming for Rob now.
Now it's Jackson. Setting up the
A design screenplay, but Dalvin Cook gets in front of his blockers. Tackled shortly after the catch, 3rd and 12 now. 3-yard gain on the play, but could have been more had he stayed behind his boys.
Get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive lineman involved.
Trying to find Cup.
Big interception here. Is that Jason Verrett? Jason Verrett, huge pick on Lamar, returning it all the way to the 7-yard line, and suddenly we've got a very live drive here for Wego's 49ers.
After the interception, here's Ryan.
Oh, if only Matt Ryan was a scrambler. That was such a big hole. Like, Kyler would have taken that to the house. Josh Allen would have taken that to the house. Aaron Rodgers would have even taken that to the house. But it's not in Matt Ryan's DNA.
They took a sack on 1st and goal, but that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
On 2nd down, it's Gibson.
Big hole there. Antonio Gibson, nice little 8-yard rush there. 3rd and goal now on the 3-yard line.
9-yard pickup, and now they're set up a little better here for 3rd and goal. This is kind of one of those in-between plays here, Charles, on 3rd and goal from the 2 or the 3 in that area. What do you dial up?
Something quick hitting. You don't have the time for something that develops slowly. It's got to be right at them if you're going to run the football. And if you're going to throw it, something quick, get it out of your hands in a hurry.
He's not going to get there.
Stuffed on that play. Not sure why they went for the run. But 4th and goal on the 4, so they only net out 3 yards after the huge interception. And the Eagles may have held them to only 3 points on that drive. Big defensive stand there for Philadelphia.
Expect them to throw it. A little counterintuitive there. They tried to run it, instead spilled for a loss.
Tucker's kick is good. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the 1st. They got the interception, but very little movement after. That forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
So a couple of field goals now. 6-0 our score as the kick's away. Here's the dangerous Tyreek Hill. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception.
New drive here for Rob's Eagles, starting on the 18. Lamar already running for his life, but that's the difference between him and Matt Ryan. He'll take that one all the way up to the 34-yard line. 16-yard rush, turned almost getting sacked into a very positive play.
Being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a give running right.
Ooh, he found the outside. Can he outrun that guy? He can. That guy's so slow. The juke inside working. Who was that? Who's 57? That dude is not quick. Dre Greenlaw. I didn't realize he was that slow. Like he just, oh, he got stuck on Tyreek. Okay, that makes more sense.
Those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here.
Lamar running for another one, taking the slide. Now up to the San Francisco 28. Drive keeps on moving. See, when he throws it, he throws an interception. So instead, he's just going to run it. Because hell yeah, let's extrapolate some small sample, baby.
Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a toss left side into the
nice pitch and catch over to Gerald Everett. That's an 8-yard gain. Officially in the red zone now on the 20-yard line.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then of course they're a dynamic.
Another 7 yards to Gerald Everett, this time doing a bit after the catch. New set of downs. First and 10 on the 13 now. Rob officially threatening the end zone.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson.
Gerald Everett again, 3 in a row. Puts the brakes on and turns upfield, gets himself a nice little 4 or 5 yard gain.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that in.
Ooh, the handoff to Cook. He finds the seam, and he will push through for the touchdown. Eagles getting on the board here. 6-6 at the moment. Rob's team ready to be leading after this extra point attempt by Greg Zerline coming up.
Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They've been settling quite a bit. They've been able to move the football some, but they've just been settling. That's one of the reasons they're down on the scoreboard.
I love that word.
Matt Ryan not to be outdone here, finding Calvin Ridley immediately. Big gainer on the play up to their own 47-yard line.
Because everything's so high-powered. Yeah, you'll take the field goal, but you always feel like you're leaving points out there when you don't put it in the end zone.
They'll be trying to put it in the end zone here on this drive. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs from the gun, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
That play will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Rob leading over Wego 7-6. Wego with the ball, continuing on.
Football here to begin the second quarter. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. 2nd down, Jacobs once more. And he'll get this up past the 45.
These runs not doing much for them. 3rd and 10 now looming.
There, but that only takes them back to where they started. 3rd and 10.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Ryan towards the end zone for Brown. He's got a man.
Big ball, Marquise Brown on the catch, and it's a DPI. So decline that. Touchdown it is for Marquise Brown. What a huge play for Wego's 49ers there. Did not expect, and they show a replay of Jacobs' run. Nice. Did not expect Matt Ryan to uncork that one there. That's a big point swing. Wonder if they go for 2 here. Might be a little too early to be playing for the 7-point difference. Yep, they're just going to kick the extra point. So, Wego now leading 13-7.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
All right, Lamar and the Eagles here to answer back after that touchdown. Where do we go? Right into Fred Warner. 1 yard loss on the run play.
But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in second and long yardage.
Second down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he gets this up.
Good 3rd down play over there, finding Tyreek Hill on the left sideline. Gets just enough yards for the 1st down and out of bounds. This drive will continue from their own 36.
But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he'll be stopped right
back to old reliable Gerald Everett.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. Nice
getting him up to midfield and a new set of downs. That is his 4th catch of the game.
Able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
First down, here's the run with Cook.
Ooh, finds a nice hole there, Dalvin Cook does. 13-yard gain on that run. Another set of downs, now firmly into San Francisco territory.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Here's a throw out.
Ooh, big block there by Tyreek Hill on the outside, allowing Dalvin Cook on the check down play to end up getting 20 yards on that catch. Philadelphia now firmly into the red zone, up to San Francisco's 17 and a brand new set of downs.
A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look
quick hitter to Gerald Everett. 3-yard gain, that'll do.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd down and 7. Back to the ground, Cook. And flags come as
ooh, what's the flag? Holding? Holding, Gerald Everett, tisk tisk. That's going to send Rob backward. 2nd and 17 now upcoming.
Play action. It's Jackson. Now he's forced out right. And he'll take this
Lamar with a mediocre scramble, in contrast to some of the other ones he's had this game. 3 or 4 yard gain on the play. So 3rd and 13, this is a long one.
Here's Jackson.
Ooh, no sir. Eric Armstead getting to Lamar Jackson on that play, taking him down way back. So 25 yards, 4th and 25. I think it is Greg the Leg time.
But you've also made things a lot more difficult on your field goal kicker.
Yeah, they're still in range, but you're exactly right because you know the kickers over there are saying, thanks a lot, you just made my job a little tougher because when he kicks it now, he'll kick it lower because he's got to get more distance. That means there's more jeopardy for the ball to get tipped or blocked.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch counter punch.
Oh, wait, what? What happened there? I looked away. I assumed it was a field goal. How did? I'm gonna go to the tape on that one.
So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48.
I always appreciate runners.
Josh Jacobs trudging forward just enough to get a new set of downs into Philadelphia territory on the 48-yard line.
And that's exactly what he did.
Oh, wow. So Greg just shanked the field goal. Nice.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down.
This is why kickers matter.
Working with a 2nd and 3. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs.
Josh Jacobs proven to be a pretty reliable asset in these short yardage situations. Now up to the Philadelphia 30.
But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Evans.
Drive staying alive. Mike Evans bringing it up to the 12-yard line, and that's going to bring us to the 2-minute warning here in the first half. Wego's team officially threatening the end zone.
On 1st down, Ryan.
Design screen, and the running back does not get himself loose enough, so that's going to fall incomplete. 2nd and 10 upcoming.
But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Ryan. He'll dump that off to Gibson, complete. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And this is caught.
Did he get his feet down? Roughing the passer, but yet again, all these penalties that happen on Marquise Brown touchdowns. No problem. All right, Marquise Brown's 2nd one of the game. Big touchdown for Wego. Now up 20-7, 13-point lead. That's big this early in the game. 1:48 left and all 3 timeouts for Rob to try to equalize here. Rob will get the ball out of the half, so that would be huge to get some points on the board before that clock hits zeros.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Hill going to think better of bringing this one out, and the drive will start at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Now, they had compiled a pretty long drive last time. Unfortunately, though, it ended with no points after the missed field goal.
And that can hurt the psyche of a team.
Good way to start. Big catch over the middle for Tyreek Hill. Moving the chains.
You know you're never supposed to count points in your mind until they go up on the board. But let's face it, we've been there. We've seen teams.
Yeah,
before.
I don't have a third piece to finish that with. I know my voice was like a bring the sentence home sort of cliffhanger, but I got nothing.
First down now, but that clock rolling.
Out route to Tyler Boyd. Catches a stray right after that from K'Wan Williams. But gets himself out of bounds. So 2nd and 5 upcoming. 1:19 left on the clock. All 3 timeouts still intact.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. He's going to get this one down.
Dump off to Delvin Cook. He's showing some fancy moves there. A nice little juke. Gets to midfield and a first down. Clock is still ticking. I suspect we'll see a timeout right now. There it is. The 101 timeout. All right, 2 timeouts left. 1 minute and 1 second left on the clock. Half the field to go.
From midfield now, here's Jackson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
And Jackson throwing once more. Throwing the out route.
Whoa, defensive back overextended there, and Tyreek Hill's going to take that one all the way into the end zone after the catch. Big play for Rob's Eagles, getting 7 more points on the board and keeping themselves in it this half. Who was that? He, tried to jump the route and just did not get it. I couldn't catch who that was. Emmanuel Mosley, maybe?
But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will shrink to 6. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now Ryan on first down. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so you can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground, and they will bottle him up behind the line. And now
Drive comes to a screeching halt here for Wego, and the Eagles are going to use one of those timeouts that they've got left. 33 seconds. They're going to receive this punt and see if they've got some gusto.
So on fourth down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowski to punt this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. And taken right on the 30. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Eagles will have it, taking over first and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp.
Big completion to Cooper Kupp. Timeout used. I think they're up to the 41-yard line now with 20 seconds left. No timeouts left, so this should be an interesting one.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. And we'll see how aggressive they want to be in these final stages before the half. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for first and 10. Now it's Jackson. Working the middle here.
Gerald Everett striking to make sure he catches that ball and not Fred Warner. But that might do it for the half. I don't see how they're going to trot the kicker out here fast enough. And they will not. So that's halftime. Wego leading 20-14, a 6-point lead. Rob receiving the ball out of half. A chance to bring this game back within 1, 3, equal, whatever you want to do.
Out in front, and they will get the football first as well, as we are back and started in the second half. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. And Cook has it left side.
Nice little dump off to Dalvin Cook. If he was a little fancier with that footwork, he could have turned that into a nice chunk play. But first down will suffice. Up to Philadelphia 36.
When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And down he goes at the 45.
Gerald Everett season, man. He's getting every ball. 7 for 52 now this game.
Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now brings
There have
up
been
the second
15 completions by Lamar, 7 of them to Gerald Everett.
They go play action with Jackson. And they will not get the connection.
Calvin, how did you drop that? That was silly.
The offense will include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done. And they did
that run will be enough. First and 10 now upcoming for the Eagles yet again. Nearing midfield.
Near midfield now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. 7 yards the pickup there.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes,
Got distracted by Nasimba Webster almost catching a touchdown. Yeah, Cooper Kupp caught the ball that was thrown behind him. 7-yard gain. Very nice.
Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect.
Back to what works. Lamar scrambling for the first, this time taking a tackle instead of sliding, but holds on to the ball. Up into San Francisco territory on the 40-yard line now, starting the new set of downs.
first down. Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Jackson.
There's that man again, Gerald Everett. 8th catch of the game.
That's a staple of
3rd
this
and inches
offense.
now.
Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, and it's 3rd and inches. Now Jackson. Man open, it's Cup.
Pitch and catch over the middle to Cooper Kupp. That will get the first down. Drive continues up to the 23-yard line.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
Oh, Lenny don't give a shit. He just murdered that man. 17-yard rush for Leonard Fournette. 1st and goal now on the 5-yard line. Who was that? Fred Warner that he almost killed? Amazing.
How about that last run? Set him up, looked like he's going to drop the hammer, but gave a little wiggle, a little shake. And what did he do, partner?
Left the defender right there.
Back to Dalvin Cook for a play.
He'll get this one back.
Gets himself maybe half a yard. 2nd and goal still marked at the 5-yard line.
It sets up 2nd and goal. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
On 2nd down, here's Fournette.
Oh, no blocking at all. The direction he was going, there were just 6 red jerseys there. Leonard Fournette never stood a chance there. 2-yard loss on the play. 3rd and goal from the 7.
That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
3rd and goal, Jackson.
Ball to, who was that? It is a touchdown to Tyreek. Okay. Couldn't tell if that was Dalvin or not. The typeface on those numbers really threw me off. But touchdown to Tyreek, his 2nd of the game. The game is now tied yet again, about to be up 1 for Rob. Assuming Greg the Leg does what he's supposed to do and not what he did on that field goal attempt earlier. Indeed he does. Rob now officially leading over Wego, 21-20. Quarter and a half left in the game.
You're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
I think the Bears just actually called Spider 2Y Banana in real life. That was a receiving touchdown by the fullback. Good tackle there by Darius Slay, making Mike Evans drop that ball.
Just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Here's Ryan to throw. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he's going to have the first down.
Excellent 3rd down conversion there by Josh Jacobs yet again. Wego's drive staying alive, up to their own 35.
Able to relax a little bit because that was an important play call. They needed to pick up that first down at this stage of the game.
Yeah, couldn't afford another quick drive and out. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Ryan. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll be a 2nd down. And just in general, Charles, on a play like that, how tough is it for the defense to account for a running back essentially being a receiver downfield?
It's very difficult, especially if the running back has skills like a receiver, and you're aware of that before the game even begins. So throughout your practice sessions, you're going to want to be aware of him. Where is he lining
Ooh,
up?
big ball, and it's Evans. Oh, that should have been DPI. Ooh, the ball knocked over the pylon. That's fun. That should have been a DPI.
It's a tough task to match up to him. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Ryan now to throw on 3rd down. It's a slant to Gronkowski.
Gronk with a nice catch. 1st down, up to the 37-yard line, the attacking one. The one you want to be heading toward.
Down in short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the 1st down and then some.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down.
Josh Jacobs putting together a nice little game here today. Big run, big run there. Gaping hole to go through. Up to the 17. We go now into the red zone. This game's been very back and forth.
Now here's a 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Jacobs. This carry with the extra effort is going to get him stopped up just shy of the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Ryan. And he hauls
Calvin Ridley mossing that man. Another touchdown for Wego. Calvin really had no business catching that one either. Big play. I wonder if we're finally getting into go for 2 range for this 1 point back and forth thingy. Oh, we finally are. Okay. Wego lining up to go for 2 here. 26-21. So with the 5-point lead, they're going to make it 7. Delayed handoff to Josh Jacobs and a gaping hole for him there. 2-point conversion is good. Wego taking a 7-point lead now here with 2 minutes left in the 3rd quarter.
And how many teams shy away from running the football in the 2-point conversion? They treat 2 yards as if it were 20. If you're a good team running the ball, go to your strength. Go ahead and push it into the end zone.
Yeah, they did. It worked. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And Hill will opt for the touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And down he goes, but he
Gerald
takes it
Everett
up to the 40.
is inevitable. Another first down for the Eagles. Up to their own 40. 9 receptions for Everett now.
Just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. It's Cook, and the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Make it now 3 tackles for a loss in this game, 1 for each quarter.
And for a guy who played defense in college, I can just tell you that he's feeling very satisfied right now by what he's doing. But he's elated because he knows what he's doing is helping his team win the game right now. Making some big-time plays, getting into the offense's backfield, and spilling everything.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara.
The end of the 3rd quarter, heading into the 4th quarter, Wego is still leading by 7, that 28-21 scoreline.
It's 3rd and 1.
But the Eagles are not going quietly into that good night. A 3rd down conversion here to Cooper Kupp, now up into San Francisco territory to the 41.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. He'll dump this off to Cook. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
And that's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
Flag on the play. What was that? False start?
Looked like one of the Eagles might have moved. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Dancing to his left.
Lamar taking it himself, getting 7 yards on the play. 3rd and 5 upcoming.
Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Lamar Jackson in the zone. I think all that means is that he will not fumble on rushing attempts.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. The completion there
Pass is complete, but no gain on the play. Gerald Everett getting another catch for 0 yards. 1 full PPR point. So 4th and 5 on the 35. You have to imagine they kicked this. Oh, they're going for it. Oh, you love to see it. Forget the dead zone.
They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down.
Slanging it out of reach for Tyreek Hill. That's a turnover on downs for the Eagles, and that is a drive that they did not want to get away from them like the way that it did. So Matt Ryan and the 49ers taking over right here at their own 35, and quickly swinging one out to Josh Jacobs for a 6-yard gain.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is
excellent penetration there by Fletcher Cox, stopping that play in the backfield. 3rd and 5 now for Wego's 49ers.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Big ball. to Mike Evans, the jump ball specialist, but he does drop it with the contact in the air from Darius Slay. That will bring up 4th down. Have to imagine it will be a 49ers punt coming out here with the old man Australian, Mitch Wishnowski, bringing out his boot.
49ers punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And looking up
Fair catch by Tyreek Hill, so the Eagles will start this drive from their own 19.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can
Tyler
do.
Boyd putting the brakes on, turning upfield. Nice 8-yard gain on that play. 2nd and 2 upcoming.
Continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And look at this.
Delvin Cook losing yards on the play, didn't really stand a chance as soon as the handoff was done, as there were multiple 49ers in the vicinity.
So now they need 3 yards on
3rd and 3 for the Eagles now.
Jackson now.
Lovely pass to Gerald Everett. He has tons of room after the catch to take this ball very far. I can't even do the math on that one. But big chunk play, 50-ish yards on the play, maybe 45. I don't know. Gerald Everett getting the ball up to the San Francisco 31-yard line, where he's eventually pushed out of bounds. And yet the clock keeps going. Cool, Madden, cool.
Now Jackson on 1st down. That's complete to the tight end, Everett.
Goodness, it is Gerald Everett's world. We're all just living in it. 12th catch of the game by my count. Yes, sir. 12 catches for 124 now. 9.5 yards on the play, we'll say. 2nd and inches.
Almost feels routine. And I hate that when you're talking about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook.
Beautiful juke by Delvin Cook, and a second one as well, making yards out of nothing. 1st and 10 now, into the red zone. San Francisco 13 is where they will start this set of downs.
Nice pickup of a 1st down on that 2nd down run, and at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Cook.
Another run by Delvin Cook, this time getting about 3 yards. 3 or 4, depending on who you ask. 2nd and 6 now from the 10-yard line.
And go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Give to Cook out of the gun. And only about a yard there as he takes it from the
Little
98.
jaunt there for about
Not much on that run,
1 or 2
Charles.
yards, depending on who you ask. 3rd and 5 now upcoming from the 8-yard line.
Guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped.
Clock is ticking. We are down to roughly 4 minutes by the time this snap goes off. Philadelphia is still trailing by 7 points, so a touchdown is very necessary for them here. Settling for a field goal will not do, I don't think. Cooper Kupp on the catch, getting about 4 yards on that play, so 4th and 1 upcoming. This ball is going to be on the 4-yard line. It'll be interesting to see what they decide to do here with this 4th and 1. Sirianni, you got to go for it. That's what you got to decide. And here it is. They're lining up to go for it. This could make or break the game for either team here. Dalvin skating around but gets stopped, ultimately catching a clothesline. That's a turnover on downs, which has been an unfortunate trend for Rob's Eagles today. Wego taking over at the 5-yard line. And 3.5 minutes of clock to be killed.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation. And taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. It's a 6-yard run, leaves him with about a foot or so here still to go to hit the marker with third down coming up.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On third down, Jacobs. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected. But I know this will surprise you. I coached some receivers in the
Apologies to disappear in the middle of a crucial set of runs here, but that big run by Josh Jacobs getting the first down might just seal it. And if not for that hold by Calvin Ridley, that second one would have absolutely sealed it. So now Philadelphia fresh out of timeouts, 3rd and 2. Philadelphia's only hope is to get this stopped right here, right now.
Here as they line up 3rd and 2. A handoff, Jacobs running to the left.
And they will be unable to do it. That is a new first down by Josh Jacobs, and that will be time to bring us into kneel down time. So congrats in advance to Wego. That is a nice 28-21 victory to get one higher draft pick position choice.
Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. Ryan heads down to a knee, and that should wrap this one up.
Listen, anytime
that ought to be the last kneel down.
That means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So the victory here for San Francisco, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger. And dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
All right, let's take a quick scroll through these stats. Just for the fun of it. Matt Ryan only throwing for 181 yards, but those 3 touchdowns, he did what he needed to do. Lamar throwing for 317 and can't even claim a victory. Josh Jacobs absolutely destroying on the ground, 21 for 104. No touchdowns for him, but he was good at moving those chains and keeping the clock rolling. Dalvin Cook, 16 for 71 and 1 on the ground as well. Pretty solid game. 45 scrambling yards out of Lamar. Gerald Everett, it was the story of Gerald Everett today. 12 for 124. No touchdowns out of him. Tyreek got a couple, one long one with the busted coverage. Marquise Brown, 2 for 61 and 2. So both of his catches on the day were touchdowns. So important catches out of him today. And, of course, Ridley with that one where he absolutely mossed the guy. Taking a look on defense, a couple of sacks. Brandon Graham and Eric Armstead each got one. The interception by Jason Verrett early on really set the tone. No turnovers via fumbles, and, of course, no defensive touchdowns. So, taking a look back at our Niners bracket. There we have it. Wego has defeated Rob and won the 9th choice of draft position. Rob will have to take what is given to him between the last 3 options on the board. Let's end this tournament. Why not? Give me the fun little thing. Ooh, yeah. Wait. I got a better view for this, don't I? No, I don't. Okay, well. There you have it. Wego getting 9th, Rob getting 10th, Crayon getting 11th, and Conair getting 12th. So the bottom 4 choices are set now. Our next time, we'll be back at it with the Seminoles match. That will be myself against Jacob down here. I don't know when I'm doing that. I'll let the group me know. But that's going to do it for us today. Thanks for tuning in, if you tuned in. Yeah, catch you next time.